You are watching SGT Times with me, Sakshi. Let's have a look at the top stories. The Faculty of Mass Communication and Media Technology organizes a panel discussion under Speak Out Society on Convention versus Sustainable Farming. The Holistic Care Association under the Department of Medical Surgical Nursing organizes a hands-on training workshop on ECG interpretation. The Faculty of Nursing organizes a 2-day simulation-based skill training on stroke management clinical pathways. The National Abalympic Association of India and Sarthak Educational Trust felicitate Mr. Kranti Anand, HOD, Faculty of Mass Communication and Media Technology, for his role in the 10th International Abalympics competition in France. Now the news in detail. The Faculty of Mass Communication and Media Technology, in collaboration with the Faculty of Agricultural Sciences, organized a panel discussion on the theme Convention versus Sustainable Farming. The event was part of the in-house established Speak Out Society's initiative to encourage critical thinking and debate techniques among the students. Let's have a look.
The Speak Out session started with the opening speech of Professor Sushil Manav, Dean Faculty of Mass Communication and Media Technology. Dr. Sarju Devi, HOD, CLC and Dr. Khushbu Chandra, Faculty of Agricultural Sciences were judges. Mrs. Arvinder Kaur, Pabla and Ms. Bhavna Tomar, Mr. Biswambar Bose successfully organized the event. Ms. Utkarsha Sharma, a student from BGMC Semester 6, moderated the panel discussion. The panel discussion was an excellent opportunity for the students to express their ideas and opinions on the topic. The students who participated in the discussion were Navneet, Himanshi, Muskan, Yashwani for sustainable farming and Akriti, Kajal, Jyoti and Shubham for conventional farming. Students shared their views on the advantages and disadvantages both farming methods. They also discussed the potential impact of these methods on the environment and the livelihoods of farmers. The discussion delved deep into the two extremes of agriculture, conventional farming and sustainable farming. The panelists discussed the advantages and disadvantages of the both methods and the impact they have on the environment, the economy and the overall well-being of the farmers. The discussion highlighted that conventional agriculture invests many chemical and energy resources to get the best crop yield possible. The objective is to increase agricultural output potential as much as possible. This method of farming has been the most commonly used in the world for several decades. However, it has been criticized for its negative impact on the environment, including soil degradation, water pollution, and loss of biodiversity. Moreover, it highly depends on the external inputs, including chemical, fertilizers, pesticides, and herbicides, making it expensive for farmers. On the other hand, sustainable farming attempts to save ecosystems, soil, and all living things. It is more dependent on ecological processes, biodiversity, and natural cycles. In this method of farming, agriculture is approached holistically with a higher dependence on ecosystems and innate resilience to safeguard farmland. Sustainable farming practices include crop rotation, agroforestry, intercropping, and the use of organic fertilizers and pesticides. This method of farming is gaining popularity worldwide due to its low environmental impact and cost effectiveness. Navneet Shetty was awarded the title of the overall best speaker in the public speaking competition. Himanshi was declared the best speaker for sustainable farming, while Akriti was recognized as the best speaker for conventional farming. The winners were applauded for their efforts and congratulated on their achievements.
The government of India has issued several guidelines where the small farmers and marginal farmers, everyone is benefited from the schemes. I would like to highlight some of the points. The RBI issued a guideline which is PSL, Priority Sector Lending. Under these guidelines, the distressed farmers, the farmers which produce low value crops or which have a small land, they can repay the loan to the non-institutional sectors within no time and with less interest of course. And the second is KCC, Kisan Credit Card Scheme. Under this scheme, farmers can withdraw cash with the debit card issued to them, and they can use that cash for purchasing agriculture inputs such as seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and many more.
So in sustainable farming, if you see, there are many advanced technologies, improvements with each day passing by, such as organic farming is there, no-till farming, cover crops, mulch, conventional farming, conservation farming, aquaponics, aeroponics, hydroponics.
Bureau Report, SGT Times.
The Faculty of Nursing, SGT University organized a hands-on training workshop on ECG interpretation on Sunday. The session was chaired by Dr. P.T. Cole, Dean, Faculty of Nursing, and coordinated by Dr. S. Jasmine Deborah, HOD, Medical Surgical Nursing, Ms. Bharti Sachdeva, Associate Professor, MSN Department, and Ms. Parul Sani, Assistant Professor. Let's have a look.
The event began with a traditional auspicious lamp lighting ceremony. During the session, Professor Dr. S. Jasmine Deborah explained the anatomy, physiology of the heart conduction system. Cardiac access. Ms. Bharti Sachdeva discussed identifying and interpreting the usual 12-lead ECG, identifying ischemic changes in 12-lead ECGs, and the location of the infraction. Ms. Parul Sani focused on the symptoms associated with the complex rhythms and prescribes drugs in advanced cardiac life support. Mrs. Ashma Sharma discussed nursing management and treatment of abnormal rhythms. Hands-on training on rhythm identification was taken by Professor Dr. S. Jasmine Deborah. Ms. Bharti Sachdeva, Ms. Parul Sani, Ms. Ashma, Ms. Prachi, Ms. Kirti, Mr. Akash, Mr. Hemant, Mr. Mahesh. The workshop was thoroughly enjoyed by students. The session was very interactive and highly appreciated by students. The event was successfully ended with a valedictory session and the vote of thanks by Ms. Pema. Bureau Report, SGT Times.
Let's take a short break. We'll be back soon. Welcome back after the break. The objective of the program was to train the participants to develop competencies in anatomy and physiology of the brain, types of strokes, developing clinical pathways for emergency management of ischemic and hemorrhagic stroke, prevention of stroke, framing concept maps of nursing management of stroke, stroke rehabilitation, and stroke in the pediatric population. Let's have a look.
The workshop was attended by approximately 100 participants, including registered nurses, student nurses, nurse practitioners, intensive care nurses, emergency department nurses, acute stroke care unit nurses, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, speech therapists, and rehabilitation nurses. The two-day workshop was a great success. The participants attended didactic sessions, solved case studies, developed clinical pathways and concept maths, and learned through simulation. The first day of the workshop started with the dignitaries and resource persons' welcome address and auspicious lamp lighting. It was followed by a keynote address delivered by Dr. S. Jasmine Deborah, Professor Head of the Department of Medical Surgical Nursing, and a presidential address by Professor Dr. P.T. Cole, Dean Faculty of Nursing, SGT University. The inaugural session was graced by Dr. S.P.S. Kochar, Dean Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, and Saroj Mahanta, CNO, SGT Hospital. The resource person of the workshop were Dr. Nimarpreet Kaur, Associate Professor, FMHS, Dr. S. Jasmine Deborah, Professor HOD, Medical Surgical Nursing, FNUR, Dr. Neeraj Makkar, Assistant Professor, FMHS, Ms. Usha Yadav, SLTO, NRSC, Ms. Bharti Sachdeva, Associate Professor, FNUR, Dr. Saurabh, Assistant Professor, FPHY, and Ms. Jyoti Shaukin, Assistant Professor, FNUR. Day 1 had 4 sessions beginning with anatomy and physiology of the brain, followed by emergency management, medical management, and prevention of stroke. Each session was complemented by highly interactive case studies. Day 2 began with a recap of Day 1, followed by a session on the nursing management of stroke. The session was enriched by training the participants on developing concepts, maps, and clinical pathways. As a comprehensive training, the workshop addressed stroke in the pediatric population. The post-lunch time was exclusively dedicated to simulation training on stroke management. The workshop ended with a valedictory session and certificate distribution. Bureau Report, SGT Times.
India secures 7 medals. The National Abilympic Association of India and Sarthak Educational Trust felicitated Mr. Kranti Anand, Head of Department, Faculty of Mass Communication and Media Technology, for representing India at the competition. In collaboration with NAAI and Sarthak Educational Trust, SGT University has successfully signed MOU for the 10th International Abilympics competition held in Metz, France. The nominee, Mr. Onkar Devrukar, from Maharashtra, was trained by Mr. Anand and selected to represent India in the competition. Let's have a look.
Upon his return, Mr. Kranti Anand's success and contribution to the training of participants as an expert were recognized by the Sarthak Educational Trust, Gurugram Center. The entire team's success was celebrated and acknowledged by SGT University, congratulating them on their achievement and wishing them the best in their future endeavors. This collaboration between SGT University, NAAI, and Sarthak Educational Trust showcases the importance of academic institutions partnering with relevant organizations to provide students with practical training and opportunities to participate in international competitions. Such initiatives enhance students' skill and help them gain global exposure and recognition. This successful collaboration and achievements of the participants in the competition are a testament to the quality of education and training provided by SGT University, and it sets an example for other academic institutions to follow suit. Bureau Report, SGT Times.
That's all for today in SGT Times. Thanks for watching.